Okay, first of all, I'm gonna take a minute here and say everybody's done some great speeches. Give yourselves a round of applause.
Start.
Excuse me. I'm giving a speech. I'll call you back. I gotta call you back. Okay. How many of us have been in a situation like that? And how many of us have been somewhere where we heard a loud, annoying ringtone that totally distracted everything around you, totally distracted people in front of you and back of you? How many of us have had conversations in public that are distracting? Today I want to talk a little bit about cell phone etiquette. How is it that you can put a cell phone in an otherwise courteous person's hand and watch how that person loses all awareness around them? According to Kent Graham of the New York Times, more and more studies are cropping up stating that cell phone users have caused manners to fly out of the window. Loud personal conversations, arguments, you name it, it's going on today. It appears that living in this day and age of technology, it's amazing how rude and insensitive cell phone use has become. Last week while I was in line, a woman was engaged in a loud cell phone conversation behind me. By the time the conversation was all said and done, it was so deep and so personal, I wanted to add my 2 cents. I thought that I had been in the scenario that she was talking about. The woman had completely forgotten she was in public. It was apparent she was accustomed to this type of a behavior. She probably had in mind she was home. She probably had it in her mind that she was home. That's how cell phone use has become. According to the National Transportation Safety Authority, the issue is very important because cell phone use and driving do not mix. How can you operate a vehicle effectively when you're in a situation where you're driving? How can you concentrate and be focused on driving when so many things are going on? You've got family and friends in the car, you're listening to your iPod, you're listening to your stereo or whatever, and now you have a recipe for disaster. According to distraction.gov, a person driving while using a cell phone has a blood alcohol concentration of the legal limit. And that's how many of you have had conversations while driving? That basically means you're driving drunk. So we've all seen the no cell phone signs cropping up everywhere. We've all seen them in places where cell phones used to be legal. While cell phones are the future, and given the fact they will only become more sophisticated and cutting edge, we as a society should be mindful of how we use them. Now, I'm not going to stand here and bore all of you and say, don't do this while you're driving, don't do that while you're in a store, don't talk on your cell phone, don't do that. We as a society need to just be mindful that cell phones used properly, they can be good, they can also be bad and not used properly. Thank you.